Morning! Welcome to the More Factor. Today we're going to talk about goal finishing. I'm Frederick Roth and I enjoy helping people succeed by teaching life skills, success principles, and character traits. Alright, so goal finishing. We've talked a number of times this year about goal setting, getting in a position where we can set goals, make a game plan, and start working on those goals, to lean into it, to just do it, to have faith and action in place, to get something that we're doing little steps to get going. But sometimes life gets in the way. Sometimes circumstances are extraneous. There's crazy stuff that happens. How do you accomplish your goals? Well, let's get extreme this morning. Let's get down and dirty this morning. Let's get ready to accomplish our goals. See, how badly do you want to reach your goals? How much fire is burning within you to reach those goals you set this week, this month, this year, whatever? What is it within you? Is there that desire? Is there that fire, that passion? I've got to do this. I've got to accomplish this goal. I've got to get things in order. I've got to get things done. Well, here is a way to draw out that passion within you, to draw out your creativity, to draw out your desire and your drive, and to stay focused. It's very simple. See, I learned from Darren Hardy and Jack Canfield a method on setting goals that puts something in your mind that says, I've got to get this done. Okay? You know, we tend to need pressure. We tend to need a deadline. We tend to need something that we don't like to get in our way in order for us to stay focused, to stay creative, and get the job done. Okay? So here is the long and short of it, if you will. Okay, number one, you need to set the goal. All right. Number two, you need to have a deadline. And this is key. A deadline, a date and a time that is set by which you must have this goal accomplished. Now, in order to find your date and time, I want you to think about your goal. Just close your eyes and envision your goal. When do you want it to be accomplished by? Excuse me. Ugh. Early morning yawns. So, you've got your goal in your mind. You've got your date and time set. Now, number one, you need to set a date and time. I want you to set 3. Okay, and we're gonna use the average or the middle one. So number one, a crazy date and time, like one that's nearly impossible to accomplish. And you'll find it interesting that if you really stuck to this one, you could probably do it. Like really, if you stuck to this deadline, you could make it happen. Okay? Then you want to write down a really conservative one. And this is the farthest reaching one. The one that would take the longest to reach to. Okay? So you got your quickest and your longest. Now in the middle, onto the quickest side of things, then you write your third one. This is a little bit more realistic, but it's on the quick side of the coin, so you still have to work towards getting it. See, if you use the longest one, you'll never finish. You'll never get your dates. You'll never accomplish your goals because it takes too long. You need to have definite timelines that are reachable, but you have pressure to reach them. Pressure is the key. A pressure cooker makes the most tenderized meat that you can eat. And we need to put ourselves in life's pressure cooker in order to accomplish our goals. So you have your date, which is sort of in the middle, but on the side of the quick one. It could be 3 months down the road. It could be a week down the road. It could be a year down the road. Whatever seems a little bit crazy, but yet if you work really hard, it can be done. Okay? Now, we're going to move on to the clincher. The clincher of the whole thing. You need to make a bet with yourself. And you need to bring someone else in on this bet, because if you don't have accountability, you're probably not going to do it. So here's an example of a bet. First side. Something that you really want to do. Okay? Something that if you accomplish your goal, you're going to be able to afford. So, for example, if I accomplish this goal, I'll get my trip to Cuba, to Mexico. I'll get that overnight stay at that 5-star hotel I've always wanted to stay at. Something you really want to do, something that you won't do normally, but you really want to do. Okay? That's the first side of the bet. It's for you. It's something personal. It's something you really want to do. Okay? On the other side of the bet, you got to put your money where your mouth is and say, if I don't accomplish my goal, I will have to pay so-and-so $1,000. Okay? Now, so-and-so is somebody you don't like. Somebody that you don't want to give that $1,000 to. Somebody that'll probably blow that $1,000 and laugh in your face. Okay? Or I will have to do my brother's laundry for a month. You know, whatever. Something crazy you don't want to do. So you have what you really want to do and what you really don't want to do. Something, they're both passions. Some people say, I will give $1,000 to a charity that I don't believe in. Now, see, that's really going out on a limb. Because if you don't believe in their cause, you don't want to give them the money. So you set a real big benefit and a real big contrast to that benefit. A con, something you really don't want to do. And you put that on paper and you write a contract to yourself in the presence of someone else that can be accountable for you. Okay? That can help you accomplish that bet. If you got to, give them the $1,000. Okay? Tell them, put it aside. At the end of your goal, whichever way you've accomplished, if you've accomplished your goal, you get the $1,000 to go take it to the hotel you've always wanted to stay at. Do whatever you wanted to with it. Or you get to take the $1,000 and give it to the charity. Or he or she will take it to the charity and give it for you. Okay? So here is the 3 steps. Number 1, you have to have a goal. You really have to have something. I want to do this. Then you have to have a deadline, a date and a time. By Saturday, December 25th at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay? A date and a time. Then you need to have a bet. A bet with yourself. Something you really want and something you really hate. And then you need to partner with somebody and say, I'm making this bet here. I need you to be the authority for the bet. The overview for the bet. Okay? And that, my friends, will start the wheels turning, will get your brain gear, and you will accomplish your goal. I've never had anyone that I've read about or talked to that has done this ever have to do the opposite. And if you do, you'll only do it once. because you'll be like, no way, this is not happening again. I'm going to accomplish my goals. So, what do I always say every morning? Be better today than you were yesterday. And we'll catch you again tomorrow morning on The More Factor. Remember to share and to like. A little bit longer this morning, but important lesson for all of us to learn and to apply. See you tomorrow.